Happy with this past weekend. Obviously, when you win a tournament and you come back with a trophy, it's special. I was really excited for the players. You know, they're the ones that really make the commitment. It starts middle of the summer, and they grind it out through the season, then they get an opportunity to do something special. So it's fun to watch them celebrate on the ice. You don't get a lot of moments like that, and so from a coaching perspective, it's fun because we know how much time and effort and commitment they put into it, and then to see them celebrate, it was a fun afternoon, and certainly happy with the way we played in both games.
From having played Syracuse earlier this season, what do you expect out of a team like that? I mean, you had some pretty large victories against them, but I don't know do you want your players remembering that, or do you want them kind of thinking of a blank canvas going into this game?
No, I mean, early December, that seems like an eternity ago. And so obviously for them, they're going to be very familiar with the surroundings and playing at LeBron. So that should certainly help them out. From our standpoint, it's about continuing, what we've done the last 2 weekends. The team, has been locked in pretty good. It started with the first game against St. Cloud here in the playoffs, extended, through this past weekend. And it's more about what we do and what we want to do at this particular junction. Obviously, we're down to 8 teams. A lot of people aren't getting an opportunity to practice today. So, we feel fortunate that we're one of the 8. And so you prepare yourself for the opportunity for that game and do what you need to do in the next 2 or 3 days to get your team excited to play. It'll be a sold-out crowd. A lot of our players are familiar with the setting. And so it's enjoy the game, because as I told the seniors going to the third period Saturday, I mean, you're never going to get a chance to do this again. You go out and enjoy it, have fun in the moment, and let's celebrate in 20 minutes. And we were able to do that Sunday, and certainly it should be a big, momentum opportunity for us. And I know our team will be excited to play. So whether it was Syracuse or somebody else, it's about what we do now and what we have to have control of and get ourselves prepared in the best way we can and come out and play our, try to play your best game of the year.
Yeah. Mark, you mentioned, over to your left here, you mentioned that being locked in began with that first weekend. Is there any area of the way the team is playing that is improved, and might have been maybe an area that was a question mark or a concern at the end of the regular season for you, where they're doing better than you thought they were at late in the year?
Well, I think, having, the 2 ties against Ohio State and then losing them both in shootout and, having an opportunity taken away from us that weekend, it was tough, on the coaching staff, and certainly tough on the players, coming back to practice on Monday. But we had a nice long meeting, talked about what our next opportunity might look like and what we needed to do to be successful in that opportunity. And, the team locked in, made a couple points on the things that we needed to, really hone in on and try to make some improvement in if we were going to be successful. And we did that, against St. Cloud. We carried it on up and found a way to beat Ohio State. And then, obviously playing Minnesota in their backyard for, the championship, played another strong game. So I think the learning experience from that weekend, senior day, our last weekend at home in the regular season, an opportunity to win the league championship. And when that's taken away, how do you react? And I think we've reacted in a positive way and hopefully continue to build on that.
We see where Annie Pankowski stands compared to other players in points and goals and those kind of things. How does she compare to some of the Knights, Duggans, in terms of what she does in the room and how she has kept this team moving? You mentioned that meeting that you had a couple weeks ago. How in that category has she been for this team this year?
I think like a lot of the players you mentioned, when she walks in the room, when she says something, I think people, respect her at a real high level. So it's got some real meaning to it. And some of the things that she's been through as an individual and some of the hardships that she's had to, endure, push herself through, just shows the type of character that she has and some of the awards that she's up for. There's reasons why that. Obviously on the ice, we've all seen what she's been able to do the 4 years she's played for us. But even last year when she came back after, being released by the national team, she was part of our group that second half and really helped out some of the younger players that, weren't experienced with a late run with an opportunity to play an NCAA quarterfinal game here when we hosted Minnesota. Then you go to the Frozen Four. She was a part of that, even though she wasn't, on the team. And so her leadership skills, her heart, her determination, her ability to face adversity right in the face and come back the next day and continue on, speaks volumes for who she is and, some of the things she does within the community. She's just a real nice person, does a lot of things the right way, and people like to be around her.
What did you think when you heard that the game sold out in 20 minutes yesterday?
It's exciting. I mean, our fans, have been great since we opened up LeBon. Every time we've been in a situation where, you're looking for some support. I remember when we played Harvard in the 4 overtimes we played here, we had a big crowd in the first bowl of the Kohl Center. And so we've had big moments. We've had opportunities. Last several years, the fans have come out and helped. I remember last year's quarterfinal game against Minnesota was a treat. It was just fun to be a part of. Obviously, when you win, it's more enjoyable, but they enjoy coming and watching us, and I know our players enjoy playing in front of them.
The couple goals you've gotten from Caitlin Schneider in the last few weeks, is that just a matter of opportunity presenting itself to her to get on a change of lines and play with a couple different players, and the ones she scored over the weekend seemed like just being in a good spot and making a good shot too.
Yeah, being in the right spot at the right time and making a great shot. But again, giving her credit because all of a sudden, you increase someone's minutes. How are they going to, react to that? And she's done for the last 4 games, done really well. If you've watched the 4 games, you've always noticed her. In each of those 4 games, she scored some goals. She had a couple more opportunities in Sunday's game to make nice plays and get opportunities in those sense as far as scoring. So her speed and her ability to track the puck down and get the puck certainly makes it challenging for the defending team. And so it's nice to see once her minutes went up, all of a sudden she took that opportunity and has made the most of it.
I don't know how much it means to you, but in this season where you've gotten a lot of recognition for, winning or having your number retired and having the all-time coaching wins, you became the winningest coach here at Wisconsin this last weekend. I don't know if you can put in perspective what that means, and having coached with Jeff and having that number to yourself now.
Well, I think you know me well enough. It's not about me right now. It's about the team. And so what was real cool Sunday was, again, to watch the players go on the ice and celebrate because, we know what they go through. And whether it was some of our top players or whether it's some of the players that don't dress regularly, whether it's, the trainers, the doctors, the support people, that's their moment. And as a coach, you're certainly proud of it, so you step back and watch it. And so when I put my championship hat on my grandson and took a picture with him and my other 2 grandkids with the trophy, that's memorable to me. And, I certainly enjoy that. I didn't know that I became the all-time winningest coach. As you know, I don't follow numbers too much and that stuff. But, I knew Jeff, I think I was 7 when the first time I met him. And I was a bat boy for the Colorado College Tiger baseball team. And he was playing for my dad, who was coaching at the time. And, I was a little bat boy. And, who's Jeff, sir? I don't know. I was just watching baseball and having fun doing that. And then, worked hockey schools him forever. Got coached by him in some world championship games. And I got a chance to coach with him for 6 years here, and certainly, he was the dean of coaches at the time. He was one of the, if not the highest winning coach in college hockey during his last part of his tenure, and generally a great guy. Left us too early, but you look at some of the things that he was able to accomplish, not only as a coach, but the impact that he had on so many people around hockey and outside of hockey. And I think when you look at his whole body of work, and the impact that he had on so many communities and so many young players, whether it was dealing with the deaf kids and working camps for over 25 years, or, he was just so excited to get a chance to work with the sled hockey team, an opportunity to go to the Olympics and coach in that and then have success with that. He was just a good guy and did an outstanding job of what he was gifted with, and that was teaching and coaching young hockey players, whether they were able or disabled.